Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Coach Cookie, your life and relationship coach with Rising Higher Podcast. Hope everybody's blessed today. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in today. Hey, today I want to do something a little different and just wanted to talk and share my personal struggle with stepping out of my comfort zone. Now, we live in a society where people don't speak out and they are whispering and keeping things to themselves. And for years, people would tell me, girl, don't do that. Oh my God, you're going to get yourself in trouble. Oh God, we're going to lose our job. Oh my goodness, girl, don't do that. But that's not me. I have been yelling and screaming through the rooftops and speaking up for those who are too afraid to speak and say the truth. Yes, I'm that girl. I look them in the face and worry about the consequences later. And I will tell them and let them know, look, this system is not working. No, this community needs to change. Or you as a person, you need to do something different because what you've been doing, it's not working for you, sister. What you were doing, it's not working for you, my brother. It's at those moments that I know it's important for me to speak that truth. And it feels like I'm doing something extraordinary because that's me. And that's who I really am. Okay, if you don't know, I'm a Capricorn. And yes, I'm a professional troublemaker, which means I'm going to critique the people, I'm going to critique the system, and I'm going to step up to them in their face and tell them what you dare not to say. And it's for that reason that I feel God led me to start my ministry. And now He wants me to spread that ministry on a podcast. So I did. It took me a while, but I did it. So on January 6, 2021, my first podcast episode came out, but here recently I had to have a conversation with the Lord. And let me tell you what I told him. I said, Lord, now you know I'm a hands-on person, right? I'm a hands-on in your face person. And I'm used to doing things in the community, in the classroom, in the courtrooms, conducting seminars and doing couples and singles therapy and coaching. And I get inspired and I get, pleasure seeing these people reach their personal goals. Okay, now I told you earlier that I'm a Capricorn, right? And we're not used to jumping up and making changes or trying something different. I usually have to analyze everything before I feel like I can do it. I feel more comfortable having my feet on a solid foundation that I'm used to or something that I'm familiar with so I can be in control of everything. That sounds familiar to all my Capricorns out there? So when I started my podcast show, it felt like I was in an unknown world. And it was like I was starting my ministry all over again. And of course, it didn't help at all that I knew absolutely nothing about social media. I hate being in the dark and not knowing or understanding anything. So now I'm sitting in a room by myself talking in a microphone. Man, this is really hard for me. And I miss that one-on-one contact. And it feels so strange sitting here in this room by myself. It bothered me so bad that I started doubting myself and questioning if this is what I'm really supposed to be doing. Okay, so I called my daughter-in-law and we set up a meeting so we could talk about my podcast show. Now, my daughter-in-law has her own company called Pure Spirit Publicity. And she does all my editing, graphics, videos, music, photography, you name it. She does it for my podcast show. And I explained to her that I have all these people that email me that say they like my show, but nobody's listening to it. How can that be? So she looked up the data and she explained to me that there were people who were listening to my show, who had downloaded and were actually listening. And she even told me which shows they enjoyed listening to. It was at that time I took a deep sigh of relief and I smiled within myself. She proceeded to tell me that I had listeners in the United States and in other countries. And as she read the list to me, God started dealing with me. And tears were running down my face. And it was at that time that I realized that I was in God's divine will. And that all my experience that I've had for those years before were just stepping stones or a training period to get me ready for this divine calling. I had to remember God is always going to ask us to step out of our comfort zone in order to build our faith. And we have to trust Him. So the Lord let me know you have been blessed with the gift and the vision. You have a responsibility to help more people on a different platform. No, Cookie, no. I don't need you to analyze this. No, Cookie, I don't need you to understand it. No, Cookie, I don't need you to help me. I just need for you to work and let me handle the rest. So I said, okay, Lord, I hear you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Let me go get the microphone out of the trash can, because I put it back in the box, Lord, and I threw it in the trash can. I'm sorry. Let me go get it right now. So with that being said, I'm going to be obedient and move forward. And guess what? I'm going to ignite a movement, because silence serves no one, and it would do nothing but keep us where we're at. I would like to send a thank you to all my listeners. Because of you, the Rising Higher podcast has been heard in 3 countries and 7 states. Thank you to my listeners in New York, Colorado, Tennessee, California, Georgia, Ohio, Missouri, Singapore, United Kingdom, and Australia. Your interest has really encouraged me to step out of my comfort zone and keep going. I will continue to be that voice to start those uncomfortable conversations about mental health issues, domestic violence, narcissistic abuse, date rape. I'm going to educate you on how to be a better parent. And of course, we can't forget about your self-care. So every week when you listen to my episodes, if you love what you hear, please review on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to share with others. For my YouTube listeners, don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, like, and share. My inbox is always open. Feel free to connect with me online, Facebook, Instagram at Rising Higher Podcast. Also, I want to be able to bring content that meets your needs. So if you have any questions that you would like for me to answer, or if you have a topic that you would like for me to do an episode on, please let me know by emailing me at heycoachcookie@gmail.com. I want everyone to be encouraged and be blessed. This is Coach Cookie reminding you to love yourself first as we rise higher together. Talk to you soon.